What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Miltrick Media. I am your host, Miltrick, and I'm sitting down with New York City rock band Novelty. Novelty, how's it going?
Good.
Going really good.
We're excited to be here.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, I appreciate it. So I recently saw you guys at East Berlin, a venue in Manhattan. And that's where I first discovered you guys. I saw it on Instagram. I saw about the show. I just popped out. It was like, what was it? It was a Friday or Saturday? Was it during the... No,
It was a Thursday.
It was a Thursday, yeah.
We exclusively play Thursday shows.
Thirsty Thursdays. Thursday
Yeah.
really popped out, and I feel like became like a real premiere day. Like Thursday is like the best day of the week now. I don't know why. It's had a momentum to it. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Started.
It's something different. Like no one even likes Saturdays anymore, but people like Thursdays and Fridays. I feel, and Sundays everyone hates everything. I feel.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sunday
Sunday's a
scary.
reset.
I don't mean to throw shade on Sunday. That's fucked up. It's 2022. We can't do that. But yeah, so I saw you at East Berlin. Was that your first official show as a band or no?
That was your second.
Your second, yeah.
That's your
My
second.
first one was at the Delancey.
Delancey, and that's another venue in Manhattan, in like East Village, right?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So your second show as a band, you guys had great chemistry. Yeah, you sounded great. The set was killer. So let's go all the way to the beginning. The story of Novelty. When did you first form as a band?
Yeah, so Novelty started technically through the internet. How it came about was a couple of us, me, Jason, a couple other guys from Oneonta. We went to a Samsung store. I think it was like a tech demo. We got in a line. Turns out it was like a photo shoot. So we just had like all these like high quality photos to use and we didn't know what to do with it. So we made a Tinder. We made just like a group Tinder.
Nice.
Got to use those pictures somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta leverage the pictures.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we thought.
It was like the only thing to do with them. We just had to follow, just logic.
Especially at like a corporate event, you're getting those good like headshots. You can use it for LinkedIn, for a Tinder profile. Like, why are you gonna put that to waste? I mean, come on, they got the good Nikon, they got the lenses.
It's hard to get high quality pictures nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. The iPhone camera doesn't always cut it sometimes. No shade to iPhone. Like, we love you, but
So much shade. Throwing so much shade.
Yeah,
It
you're
is
right.
sponsored by Samsung, so we can.
That is so cool, though. See, like that is a real unique story. That's really awesome. So it was a Samsung event in Manhattan.
Yep. So then we got the Tinder photos. Then we started jamming, and then your friend, Dub Jenkins. You want to take over from there?
Yeah. So, well, even just to back up a little bit. So it was honestly right before the pandemic hit when we got those high quality photos.
Oh wow! Okay.
And so we were using the Tinder, just messing around on there. And then also, like over the pandemic, we started a Snapchat group, and we were just sending ideas back and forth because we knew we wanted to make a band and write songs together. We're inspired by the Oneonta scene, and yes, we did that. And then when we regrouped and everybody moved back to the city, we started jamming and started to make those ideas come into songs and kind of develop that. So. Yeah, one of my friends from back in the day, I used to jam with him, and he came in on drums for a little bit, and so yeah, we started jamming and writing some more songs.
Yeah, that's really cool. So the very first beginning ideas of the band started 2 years ago at this point.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
been
It's been a slow burn.
mhm.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
slow burn, and you guys formed with a Snapchat group. That's another unique entry point and a story point. Like with social media, how it took over, especially with Snapchat, like the group, you could send whatever you want. Yeah, and of course, whoever doesn't know Snapchat, social media site.
Shout out
But
Snapchat.
Yeah.
that's really cool how you send ideas through that group, because it's like, you don't always hear about forming on Snapchat. You know what I mean? So were you guys sending like, let's say voice memos? Were you sending cover ideas, or what were you sending over Snapchat? Just text ideas, or let's say you were sending audio through that group chat?
Yeah, we would just have like riffs that we would each write.
Yeah.
And then we would just film ourselves like playing them and then send them to each other to like riff off of or like keep coming up with ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
then it eventually got to a point where we were like, oh, we got to save these. We just started like a Google Drive and just stored everything on there.
Yeah. So were you are the lead singer?
Yes. This
Introduce
is all.
yourself.
Oh, hi, everyone. I'm Mary. This is all pre-me, this story. I actually met them because I matched with the Tinder.
Oh, gotcha. So you weren't at the historical Samsung event.
No, I had no idea who they were. I didn't go to SUNY Oneonta. I went to NYU. But
Nice.
I matched with the friend group on Tinder. I was
Yeah.
like, hey, this is hilarious. You know, what I just thought it was funny. And they had a whole long
That is
bio,
such a creative idea. Yeah.
right? And it was just so funny. And then the last line of their bio was looking for a songbird to join our band. And I was like, hey, this could be, because I've always been, one of my goals was to be in a band, but I never knew how to do it because no one ever needs just a singer. Like, because I play guitar, but I'm so bad. So I couldn't like market myself as a musician. So I'm like, hey, this group is literally only missing a singer. And there were some messages exchanged and I was like, when's your next rehearsal? I want to be there.
Yeah, that's
And
kinda how it
that's kind
happened.
of, yeah.
That's so sick. What did that Tinder bio say? I'm curious. Do you
Oh.
remember?
I know exactly what it said. Yeah,
Yeah,
there were
go
6
for
of
it.
us. So our first line was, "Have you ever been dissatisfied by 5 guys? We can do you one better." And then the middle lines we switched up a lot. But then when we got a band, we made it an advertisement to get a singer,
Yeah,
and it
I
worked
got
out.
And somehow that spoke to me.
That is one of the best grassroots marketing campaigns I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
That is innovative. That's amazing. So
It works, people.
listen, it works.
I mean, here we are.
Here we go. So is Five Guys the restaurant chain one of the favorite meals that the band, let's say, eats before a show, before a big event? Like, are we trying to get a Five Guys sponsorship here? Wait, what's going on?
I mean, we're open
We'll
to
never
it.
say no to that.
Never say no. Yeah. Shout out to them for real.
Yeah, if
But-
you're listening, and we know that you are,
Listen, if you're listening, we got
Don't
you. with some-
hesitate to reach out.
Don't hesitate to listen. We got you with some New York City promo. You never know what might happen. Just open up your arms to some singer songwriters, musicians. You never know. We're fresh on the scene.
Mhm.
But that's really cool. So you mentioned them on the Tinder group,
Yep.
and so 2 years ago was kind of the beginning idea. So do you remember when the current lineup of the band? When did you have your first rehearsal, your first jam?
that was around I
Like
think
August,
October,
October of what? 2020 or 2021?
21.
2021. I got you. Okay.
I'm
So-
very new. I'm new to the scene.
Very new to see. No,
yeah,
it's awesome.
I came late.
No, so let's also talk about them first. You as a singer, what are your biggest influences as a singer? Like when I heard you live, correct me if I'm wrong, of course, but I felt like kind of like an Amy Winehouse and Adele inspiration a little too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Adele was one of my biggest inspirations growing up. I always used to sing her stuff in like talent shows and stuff. It's interesting because I've grown up doing musical theater and I studied that in college. So I have like musical theater influences. And now that I'm like dipping my toe into the water of songwriting, there's like Lizzie McAlpine. She's like a new young female artist, singer-songwriter, folky style. Phoebe Bridgers, Lawrence the band is one of my biggest influences. There's always a difference of like you have people who you aspire for your voice to sound like, and then also
Yeah.
like people who you're like, wow, that their writing style is really good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Not even
Mhm.
Phoebe Bridgers. Like I remember hearing music on like Sirius XM Alt Nation. Like Kyoto, I think was my introduction to her music.
Yeah.
Lawrence and the band, the musical duo, right? I just found out about them a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
It was through like, I don't know if it was like a YouTube Up Next, but
Yes, they're like popping off on YouTube. Their song "Don't
Yeah.
Lose Sight." It's like
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
like I may have also been from like a Spotify radio because like I
Mhm.
came across like a random Matt and Kim song. I guess maybe they're contemporaries or like the algorithm from Spotify just picked it up. I don't know. But yeah, that's cool. You mentioned those two. And then when did you two, I guess, start playing music? Because yeah, we'll go back. Like we first met in Oneonta. We play music in Oneonta. Shout out the Oneonta music industry program. I know Jason, you were a music industry major as well, right? Or
No, I was actually an accounting major,
Oh,
but I
okay.
hung around the
But you did
music
gig.
industry.
Because you were a bassist in Oneonta as well, right?
Yeah. So I had a band towards the end of like my career at Oneonta, but I had a band. We were called the C Word with a couple friends,
Yeah, yeah.
and we played a show at the Black Oak, which I guess pretty big venue
Yeah.
in terms of Oneonta.
A
But
lot of music was played at Black Oak, yeah.
that was really fun. So
Yeah.
I kind of dipped my toe into the performance, but just in terms of music industry, I was always around, always going to shows, and that kind of really gave me the inspiration to want to do something of my own and do with some friends.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, the three of you in general, when did you first realize you wanted to create music? Like when did you want to pursue a career as a musician?
I can start. I picked up music kind of late. I learned how to play guitar in like high school,
Oh, cool.
like right at the end of high school, and then I became a music industry major at Oneonta. And there's when I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do in music. I started in music a little bit. I used to work at the Capitol Theater, do a little bit of stuff there. Now I work in real estate, so a little bit of a pandemic shift, but getting back there at some point.
Yeah.
I know exactly when I wanted to get into music. I forget if it was for a birthday or something, but shout out my Aunt Gilda. She got me Guitar Hero, and
Oh, dude.
I fell in love with that game.
Classic.
I was like quickly on expert, and since then,
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't go past intermediate without fucking up. It took away the fun when I tried to go on expert. And once they introduced the orange button, I can only do the first four. I'll get frustrated. I wouldn't talk to my PlayStation 2 for a week. I respect that you're an expert. Like I feel like that's hard, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do now. Like if I would still be on expert, but
Was Guitar Hero 2 or 3? What was the introduction? Which one?
it was Guitar Hero 2.
All right, good. You're an OG. All right, good.
Yeah,
That was mine too.
this ain't no rock band.
Whoa.
Like
I played
Oh,
both,
go
but
ahead.
no, Guitar Hero 2, that was my introduction. I got to show Guitar Hero solidarity. Rock Band was later. Guitar Hero was the OG. Shout out both, though. You know, they're just trying, but
Mhm,
what are you going to do?
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was playing that game so much, and eventually I just wanted to learn the real thing. And I think that was in like 7th grade, and my parents bought me a guitar, and the rest is history.
That's so sick. And then what about you?
Well, I started just like telling people I was like, oh, I think I'm going to go to college for musical theater. Like that's what I want to do. And then it just like sort of happened. I never really like made the conscious decision, but getting out of school in a pandemic was very difficult. And especially going into musical theater, which is already a really, really competitive industry, I was like, well, I'm not going to get a job. So I took a break from auditioning and I was like, the band came into my life via Tinder. and honestly, I had written like maybe 3 songs before in my whole life. And then I was like, yeah, I like trust myself, I guess, enough to write music for them if they think it's good. So
Yeah.
then I just started writing music and it's been super fulfilling to find something other than what I studied to like be fulfilling artistically. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just jump kind of head first in. That's really cool. Like just only 3 songs before that. So even when you're younger, I mean, like, did you know at a certain age, like, where you wanted to be a singer? Like when you were even little, like your inspirations, like, were you like, you know what? I may not write songs at this moment, but like, I do want to be a singer. Did you have that maybe younger?
Yeah. Well, I was always like very much in need of everyone's attention. Like I was a crazy child. And the only reason I was put in theater was because I wanted to play pretend all the time, and my mom like literally couldn't handle it. She
That's
was like,
cool.
"I have to put you in play practice or like rehearsal for something because I can't do it on my own." So then I was 5 when I did my first show,
Oh,
and then
nice,
I like
nice.
never stopped. Yeah.
Nice. So even with musical theater, I mean, wait, so growing up,
Mhm.
did you grow up in New York City, the New York metropolitan area, stuff like that?
No, I'm from New Hampshire. Actually.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Nice. So even when you were pursuing musical theater through education in college,
Mhm.
before songwriting and the band entered your life, did you have aspirations to work in Manhattan on Broadway, stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. I feel super lucky that I was able to go to school in New York. I honestly don't know if I would have ended up here if I didn't go to school here. Just because it's like the idea of it's intimidating, you know, but yeah, I definitely my life goal was to be on Broadway and to like be in something really big. And it's definitely shifted now. Going through all my years of schooling, I think you can find fulfillment in like smaller projects as well, which has been great to realize. But yeah, that was my ultimate goal,
Yeah.
to be a big Broadway star.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So who would you say your biggest musical influences are? The 3 of you.
I think collectively, we draw a lot of inspiration from Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Strokes, Remy Wolf, which is kind of a new one for me, John Mayer.
Mm.
What about you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say all of those. I mean,
Same.
I definitely feel like growing up, I listened to just like all sorts of different genres. and I would always try to mix them, and I couldn't do it successfully. But now we're getting in the groove of like finding like a specific sound for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So collectively, you say like, yeah, Remy Wolf, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I gotta check out Remy Wolf. I've heard some things online too. John Mayer, yeah, Sob Rock, had a lot of great reviews I heard. And yeah, Chili
yeah.
Peppers are going on tour this summer. Like,
Oh yeah, we're
you
going.
guys
are
tickets,
going.
yeah, you going?
It's gonna be a stacked show too because we got I think Thundercat and,
Yep, and
the
the
Strokes
Strokes.
opening for
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Sick.
So it's like 3 heavy
Yeah.
hitters all in one.
Mhm.
I would
Maybe I
love
will
to-
come. They offered me a ticket. I haven't said yes yet.
You should.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We
John,
already sold them.
You did?
you already sold-
Yeah,
Jason, what?
Oh,
Announced
never-
on air.
on air. You heard
Sorry,
it here
America.
first on
Yeah.
Miltrick
You
Media.
sold them. Well, I
a
guess I'm
band's
not going.
turmoil live on air unfolding.
My God. I'm quitting.
I'm excited because like my first introduction to them, like I remember I don't know if my father bought it or like I had it, like this was in like 2006. I still had like a stereo in my room because I was trying to be edgy and like not, like convert to iTunes yet. But like I had Stadium Arcadium. That was my introduction to them. And yeah, I love that record. But John Frusciante was like who I knew of as like the guitarist. And now that he's back, like I'm really excited. I heard like, the new record is like so pumped up. Like it's so like hyped up. And they're playing where? At Giant Stadium or MetLife Stadium, right?
We're seeing them in Philly, so we're seeing them at
Oh, nice.
Citizens Bank.
I got you. Nice.
Yeah, I'm so excited that he's back. He's like a
Yeah.
huge inspiration for me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Mhm.
Just like an incredible performer.
Yeah. Songwriting as a band. So let's go through the band's songwriting process. When you guys sit down to write a new song, what usually comes first? Like, how does it all start? Run us through that process.
Yeah, we usually start with instruments. And it's kind of 50-50. Either one of us will come with like a riff with like a couple different parts of the song, like the song structure will be built out, and then we just add other instruments to the background. Other times, some of us will come in with like a riff or something like that, and we'll just kind of jam on it and try to piece together the song all at once. But it's very collaborative. Like we all definitely put in an even amount to almost every song. It's pretty good blend.
Yeah. So as of now, you guys don't have like a primary songwriter. It's kind of a collective effort all the way through.
Yeah, it usually just starts with a riff. Only one song recently that we just worked on where it was kind of the lyrics came first. Actually, I'm not even sure, but but
What are you talking about?
the Train Times one.
Oh, yeah.
Basically,
It
we
was
had
pre-written.
we had these lyrics and we applied them to a different riff. But usually, it's just the music that comes first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the East Berlin show. So that was your second show as a band. And you guys played like a 45-minute set. You guys did play some covers too, right?
Yeah.
Which
we
covers did you guys play that show?
We played Sexy Villain by Remy Wolf.
Mhm.
And we did Stacy's Mom.
Oh, yeah. That was real fun. Yeah.
And
And
what
then
else
we
did
did
Go Your Own Way.
Go your own way. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're picking covers to incorporate into your set, how do you pick and choose which covers you want to add to the set list? What has to happen with a certain song?
I
Well,
think
we have a playlist
Yeah.
Got play-
Yeah.
that we
Actually,
picked a
man.
few from.
I got you.
Yeah.
But I also think, just looking back at our 2 shows, we did 3 covers for each. I feel like one is just kind of a classic song, so Fleetwood Mac. One is kind of a not Remy Wolf song, but just like a more modern song, and then
Mhm.
one's more of like a quote unquote novelty song where it's Stacy's mom.
Yeah.
And we also played the Drake and Josh theme song at our last show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now that's a great point because like you're incorporating a couple of covers where they kind of accomplish numerous things at once, and you're giving the audience like a little taste of different things that can maybe like rope them in.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
As a new band, what is your opinion on covers? Do you think that it's important to implement covers into your set, or do you think that bands they can just play original material?
I mean, I think really the end goal is to have the audience engaged and like to have everyone be enjoying everything. And I think it's totally a band to band decision. But I think we definitely have liked to incorporate covers because, we are so new. We have no one is able to listen to our music yet on streaming platforms. So it's good to have something that they can like sing along to or be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that was so fun that like you guys did that,
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think with bigger, maybe bigger groups where like everyone already knows everything, I feel like it would be their decision if they wanted to put something in. But
Yeah.
it's always a nice
Mhm.
little treat, I feel like.
No, you're right. Yeah. Like I wish when I was younger, I would have learned more covers. And now I'm getting more into them because they're helping me with ideas. And it's just helping me like get better at songwriting and just producing. Like I wish I'm realizing, they are important. And like they could be a lot of fun. And yeah, a band or a group, they could do whatever they like. But like you guys said, it could be a cool way to get them humming along, just get them roped in. And like you implement it with, it's like you're bringing your influences to the live set. You're kind of like bridging the gap a little, right?
Yeah,
Just saying like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kinda like a little
Tells
intro.
the audience like a little bit more about you and what you're influenced by, and kind of just makes it memorable for the audience.
And it's a good way to catch the passing ear. Like someone just passing by, they hear the cover, they're like, "Oh, I know this song."
Yeah,
I'm in for it.
totally.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah, because every venue we've played at has been just like open, like open for anyone to buy tickets. You don't have to like know who you're going to see, so it's not like a private thing.
Yeah. So booking shows, you guys have been playing in Manhattan. The first show before the East Berlin show was where did you play your first show?
At the Delancey.
Oh, you said that. I apologize. Yeah. So
that's-
you both played the shows in Manhattan. So for new and upcoming artists, DIY bands, how do you go about booking a show, booking a gig? What tips do you have to fellow musicians? How to go about it?
I think the way that we've been doing it, and I feel like a good way to suggest to new and upcoming artists is definitely just to network. And even if you have to do like an open mic, like anything can come out of that.
Yeah.
Like we did an open mic, and I was able to like connect with this one person, and she has been able to help us book shows. So that was really helpful. And networking and just connected with other musicians, that's like a really good place to start.
Yeah, 100%. And you're saying you met someone who's helped you book shows at an open mic. That's a great point. Yeah, you never know who you may meet.
Yeah.
So would you say in any music career, networking is one of the most important things to do?
Yeah.
More than
100%.
anything?
It's all about who you know.
Yeah, it's all about who you know. Do you think that networking can be more of a tool than songwriting? You think it should be a little bit of both?
I think it's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it
Blend,
should be a
yeah.
balance, but
Yeah.
it can never hurt.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. So in terms of, let's say, bucket list item or bucket list tour, like as a band, where is one place above all else you dream to play? It could be a certain city or a certain venue or both. One place you would love to play above all else.
I think one place that would be sick to play would to be a wedding band for like an event. And I think as like a novelty band, we kind of can bring like a full package.
Yeah,
So like I'm an ordained minister and
Really?
an officiant of the city.
Actually, it's funny. I just got an email today from the city that said you're ordained.
yeah.
I
No way.
got married last Sunday, and
You got married last Sunday?
ago. No, 2 Sundays ago.
You got married last Sunday?
Yes, I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's
and
awesome.
Tony was supposed to marry us, but he didn't get his paperwork back in time, so we had to be married by someone else.
I mean, listen, that is a beautiful thing. I don't mean to like try to put like content ideas on it, but like imagine the band member was the minister for another band member's wedding. That's
I know.
amazing. I don't even think that doesn't happen often. I mean, they could have turned that into a music video.
I know. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great
You play a
idea.
gig right after.
Yeah, someone write that down.
Yeah.
That's it. So when did you become an ordained minister?
I've been an ordained minister for a while. I just randomly was like, oh, that'd be like a cool thing to just have in my pocket
Yeah,
for
yeah.
any point. And then I became like an officiant of the city recently. But yeah, I feel like it's just a good
little
skill
too
to
late,
have at any
but-
point. Yeah.
It's awesome. Wait, so how does it work? So it goes by like city, town, or state. So you're an ordained minister registered in New York?
It's a little bit of both. So some places don't need you to register in the city. You can just be an ordained minister, like upstate New York. You can just like go in with your online certificate, and then some cities need you to register to be like in their city system.
Yeah.
So it's like half and half. So I'm ordained in the world and then certified in the city.
I got you. Okay. How long does that whole process take?
The ordainment process takes about 15 minutes online. Go to the universallifechurch.com. And then being an officiant of the city, you got to fill out like a bunch of paperwork and just send it in to the county clerk or the city clerk.
Okay.
Which pre-COVID, you could just go in person and get it all signed like there and you're out. But now you just have to send it in through the mail. So it's just like as long as the mail's going to take. Yeah.
I got you. Okay. So I want to run through the three of you first. So let's officially state what your position in the band is. So
Yeah, I'm Tony McHale. I play guitar. And then me and Jason switch for bass every once in a while.
Oh yeah, I remember the shows you did. That was cool.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
next.
Jason Markson. Hi, everybody. I mainly play bass, and on a couple, we switch
Yeah.
between guitar.
Yeah. And I'm Mary Jardine, and I am the lead singer.
So how often do you guys rehearse a week?
We used to do weekly. Recently, we've like missed a couple weeks, but we're definitely trying to get back on the train of doing a weekly at least.
That's cool. Yeah, listen, life happens sometimes, but listen, jamming is always fun. So you guys recently also said that you just completed recording your debut single in the studio,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So let's talk about that. What are some details you could share with us? Is there a title in the works you could let us know about?
Yeah. It's called Drink to Nine.
Drink to Nine?
Yeah.
Nice. What inspired that title?
Just the lyrics. We it's funny, all of our songs have like two names because the original name is like what the voice memo is titled, like in the very early
Shout
stages.
out voice memos.
Oh yeah.
I have 2,800 and some of them are just new recording.
Oh my God, I can't tell you how many I have.
I'll just
I'm
get
like,
it down, but I forget. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And I screw myself because then I won't look at it for a year and a half. And I'm like,
And then I'm like, what's
I
up?
forget I did it. Yeah.
And sometimes it'll label it your location. And so we at 6-8 Studios, sometimes when we record it, it titles it Brick Lane Curry House because that's like the restaurant that's next door. So that was one of our
Shout
titles.
out Brick
Wasn't
Lane
that the title
Curry
of
House.
Drink to Nine?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're right.
that
So
was
that
our
was the original
pre-title.
title.
Brick
That's the
Lane
pre-title.
Curry House.
That was a prequel to the title.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just it's one of the lyrics or it's all of a sudden, one drink turned to nine. So drink to nine.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
cool. That's cool. So for that particular song, did a riff or melody come first or did those lyrics pop out first?
It was definitely a riff that came 1st. And not to leave out the other two members of the band, there's Anthony Vassir,
Oh,
who's,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
who's
should we
on
talk
guitar.
about that?
No, yeah. Talk about them. Yeah. Like, shout
who's
out.
on guitar, and there's Tyler Katz, who's on drums. Both very, very talented.
Oh yeah. The
Um,
most.
And Anthony
but-
also went to Oneonta.
He
Yeah.
did, yeah. But it
Did
was
Tyler
one of-
as well or no?
No, he went to Manhattanville and then Purchase.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So yeah, continue.
So it was one of Vassir's riffs that he brought in, and we kind of just workshopped it over probably like 2 or 3 practices, and came out to what the single is going to be, and
Yeah.
we were really happy with it. It was kind of everybody pitched in a little bit to kind of develop it into a full-fledged song.
Yeah. So where did you record this single?
At a studio up in Westchester. It was kind of like a combination of like a local studio and like a friend's setup. And so we've recorded it there, and now we're in the process of getting it mixed and mastered, which hopefully we can get done pretty soon.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Mhm.
Nice. Was it a self-produced single? Did you work with an outside producer? Who
It was-
produced it?
It was self-produced as far as the recording goes. But for the mixing, we're still getting that ironed out, and we're sending that out to a third party to get it mixed.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, in terms of the rollout for the song, let's talk about the marketing, the promotion. As a band, what do you guys have planned for the rollout of the single? You guys can do live shows? You can do like a lyric video, then a music video, or what do you guys have planned for the rollout?
I think we definitely want to do live shows, and
Mhm.
I feel like that's the best and most effective marketing tool. Just connecting with fans and just people who come out. But we're definitely trying to just promote on social media too.
Yeah.
We've got a whole TikTok launch that we're gonna prep with like a
Oh,
possibly
yeah,
story
that's
involved and
exact-
everything like that. Should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, so you're gonna launch the band TikTok account as a marketing tool with the single,
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
like leading up to the single.
and you got like a whole story rollout plan, like short
Yeah,
form
that's
content.
it's in the works.
Yeah, that's cool. I got you. You can't share too much yet. I understand. I understand. So that brings up a great point that I've been thinking about recently with social TikTok in the music industry. How TikTok just kind of took over and it changed and brought in so many new tools and tricks for artists to maybe blow up on. Like now it seems like it became a great tool. Like artists have really blown up on TikTok the last couple of
Yeah.
years more than like other platforms.
Mhm.
Would you guys agree?
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so accessible to
Mhm.
people. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think TikTok brought to the table that other platforms haven't in a few years? What do you think helped TikTok blow up?
Yeah, I think the main thing with TikTok is you're sharing your content to strangers all the time, where other platforms, it's going straight to your followers. And it can reach strangers, and it does a lot of the times. But TikTok, it starts your algorithm with just pure random strangers along the world, and it just kind of builds like that. So I feel like that's the main thing that separates it is outside traction. Then you bring in your own followers and fan base from there.
Yeah, definitely how the algorithm works. It's like next level, and
Yeah.
it's just crazy. Like anybody can blow up at any point.
I also think it really plays into how people have shorter and shorter attention spans, and like the short videos really go well for like, instant gratification. And I think that's been like so crazy
Yeah.
for that. Successful.
All the things you mentioned, yeah, it's like I've even myself, like I'm paying attention more to my For You page than my following page.
Mm-hmm.
But also that's like the default. So I'm always just seeing new and new content from new and new accounts, and it hooks you.
Yeah.
Do you think that the other social media platforms should implement a similar algorithm? Do you think it would increase activity on the newer and older apps? Like the TikTok, the Instagram, the Facebook. Like, do you think that they should implement a similar format to TikTok?
I think that goes into like how people want their privacy settings on some of those. I think for something like Instagram, where you're putting up, where it's a combination of like marketing profiles and like businesses and then people's personal accounts, whether they want some of those images going out and stuff like that. But I think it definitely would be useful for a lot of artists and tools like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, even like I've noticed like Instagram Reels, like when I try and focus on Reels tend to like kind of expand the reach and the views are higher. Like I feel like Instagram and even Facebook, they're putting a lot of influence on the Reels and even like YouTube Shorts. Like it seems like short form content just blew up.
Yeah.
And you think that when it comes to a piece of content, the first 3 seconds matter? A lot of people have talked about that. Do you think that that's true? Like you need to rope people in within like the first few seconds?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably goes back to like what you said. Yeah, like the attention spans are evolving.
Yeah.
That's a
Evolving.
evolving. Yeah.
I mean, it's just super effective. Like it's hard to not focus on, or not even focus, but just you could be scrolling for hours. I mean,
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah. No, you're right. In terms of the debut single, Drink to Nine, right? Title.
Yep.
Do you have a music video treatment in line? Like if you had to like shoot a video tomorrow, what would the video for the song be?
That's a good question.
I'm tempted to say some sort of like crazy New York night or something. Like I feel like live studio, not studio, but like a live performance video would be like go well with that. I don't know, some sort of half of us performing, half of something else. I don't know, crazy New York night. Like
Yeah, maybe strap a GoPro to someone's head, send them out to a club or something like that.
Yeah, something in a club for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like if we got footage from a bunch of performances that we did in the city, and just compiled it together and mixed it with something else, that would make for a really good video too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the opportunities are endless.
Yeah. That sounds like a great idea. In terms of, we talked about different majors too, like musical theater, music industry, even accounting. That's really cool. Let's talk like musical theater first. Do you think that those experiences that helped prepare you for being on stage as a musician?
Absolutely.
Do you think like without that history, you'd be a different performer?
Definitely. I
Yeah.
definitely think so. I think there's like I mean, of course I still get super nervous, but I think there's like an ease that I've learned because all of my classes, I was just getting up and performing in front of my peers like every day, in class. And that's something that I forget that you guys maybe have not been doing forever. Like,
Yeah.
like performing is sort of newer to some of you guys. So, but I definitely think it's influenced me a lot. Yeah. It's been super helpful to have the background. And I don't think I consciously know that it's influenced me, but it definitely has.
Yeah. And even like what you guys went to school for, it's like accounting, music industry, accounting even, let's say. Now musicians and bands, they're wearing numerous hats at once. You're like in charge of your career more than ever. You play the role of, let's say, manager and record label. There's also the business side of, let's say, like the finances of a band, like being your own business manager. Does that interest you as well?
Yeah, definitely. Not necessarily like accounting for just a specific band, but it definitely opened my eyes to realize that the music industry is really a business, and there's all these different tools of just marketing and promoting a single. Like there's always a motive behind it. So kind of just peel back the curtain for that.
Yeah.
Maybe look at it in a different light.
Yeah, no, 100%. Even like, because our major, we had to take 3 classes. Like they implemented a lot of the business stuff. I sometimes wish I would have taken the accounting instead, but you had to take 2 of the 3, like marketing management or accounting, and you had to pick, and you had business classes, and we had the same major. So what would you say the most valuable thing you learned from going to school for music industry was?
I think it's half and half between taking the marketing classes, which I think was really good to just see like marketing platforms directed at music as opposed to just marketing. Because I used to work in small business marketing before college for like local businesses with their commercials and stuff like that. But it was cool to get it like directed for music.
It's cool.
And the other half was getting to just do live performance through classes. So like I did rock combo, which was like where you just like the band, the class was you just go to a bar and you just play shows at a bar, which is proper practice for this.
Kidding.
No, that was really
seriously.
part of it. Yeah, and a lot of it happened at that venue, the Black Oak.
Yeah, and I did EMG, which was like experimental music. So that was getting with like the creative side of it and stuff like that. So I feel like it was half the business classes and then half the actual performance class of the music industry.
I did EMG too, and we learned a lot about like John Cage, and that was a great class. I remember taking that. That opened my eyes a lot too. No, I agree. It's like learning the marketing and the business aspect. I remember we had a music industry comm class, like learned about some of the legal aspects of the industry, stuff like that. And then you had a live performance and like the networking, you know what I mean? Like it kind of taught you how to interact in a form of social circle and a social business in the industry.
Oh yeah, definitely. And putting on shows because at our place at 27 Church, shout out 27 Church, we we put on shows, so it'd be like a cool way to like bring in artists and then also just be like part of like setting up and like prepping the shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%. There was a lot of great house venues in Oneonta. Like yeah, there was a lot. But
yeah, you're kind of just like learning and applying the concepts that you're learning about in school and applying it to just the music scene there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%. It was like its own ecosystem up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that was amazing. Yeah. So, and you mentioned a couple, that was another question I had. So you guys can answer individually or collectively. Do you ever get nervous before a performance?
Yes.
Or are you always like amped up? Like
No,
what goes through your head before a performance?
I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous and I'm going to forget the words.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I have before. I forgot them in Sexy Villain in East Berlin. But
It's a tough song.
yeah.
But see, no one knew. Like I had no one knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, it's all about like how you deal with it afterwards. But yeah, I always get nervous.
I think personally, it's always that first song. Like the nerves are up, and then once you get through that, you're kind of like, all right, I feel a little bit more relaxed, and then you're just not really as concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always go in with like a bit of a delusional confidence. And I never get too nervous. Just like more amped, like a fighter before I fight. I just start like shadow boxing right before the show, but I get amped.
That's cool. Now you get the blood flow. Listen, you can do like pump out some push-ups. Can't hurt. You gotta get amped up for the rock show, man.
Definitely.
I also find that I'm not new to like performing in a musical theater sense, but I'm definitely new to like gigging and like, you know, going to sound checks and like checking levels. And I'm always, I think all of us are always nervous about the mix, like the blend, about how it's going to sound.
Yeah, definitely.
And like whether we can hear ourselves or like if they can hear me, if I can hear myself. And that's been a totally new obstacle to overcome. And so that's definitely something I've never had to think about before. And it's good practice to just keep doing it and being able to like have the agency to say, you know, like, oh, I actually can't hear myself. Like this doesn't sound great. Like, can we change the levels? You know, just having the confidence to do that has been good to learn.
Yeah, you're learning about different facets of the whole process.
Yeah.
Like all throughout being a musician, like performing shows, setting up shows. Yeah. No, that's a great point. In terms of the 3 of you, what are your biggest dreams? Do you want to make a living being in a band if you can?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the ultimate dream.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I think another just huge dream that I said like after our last show, I was like, we're gonna go on the Jimmy Fallon show and we're gonna perform.
Yeah.
Just like crazy high goals.
Why not? You got to manifest it. It could happen. Why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You gotta,
We're
like,
gonna
put it
look
out to
back
the
on
universe.
this,
You heard
and
it
we're
here,
gonna-
folks.
You
Yeah.
heard it here first.
And they're gonna play this clip when we perform on the Jimmy
Yeah.
Fallon.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. If you guys ever go, be like, listen, they talked about it. They manifested it. Hey, Jimmy Fallon's a New York kid. Like, he's from Brooklyn.
Mhm.
That'd be like a
Yeah.
homecoming, but also like the next step at the same time.
I think he went to
Absolutely.
Albany or some
Maybe. I know. I
college
think
upstate.
I think he lives in Brooklyn, but I don't know if he was born. Like, I think he's a Bay Ridge kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I first saw him, I think, in one of the, I forgot which movie. It was like a movie with Drew Barrymore. It was like a
Oh,
Fever Pitch.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know why, but then it's like, yeah, okay.
No,
But-
I just love him. Like he's so crazy talented, and I would just love to perform like
Yeah.
on his show. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
The clip that always comes to me is when Jack Black played the saxophone.
Oh, the
on his show.
saxophone?
That like huge
Yes.
viral clip. That always puts me in a great mood.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
watch that like 5 times.
I
in
can
a row.
watch it.
It's so funny.
Nah, yeah. That was
Mhm.
great. What? So you mentioned Jimmy Fallon playing late night television. What else? Other dreams and aspirations for the band? Like, what are your biggest dreams and aspirations?
It'd be cool to play on a boat. I feel like that'd
Yeah.
be a fun thing to do.
like a
Yeah,
like a
honestly.
yacht. Like
We can make that happen.
or like a
That's
cruise ship,
feasible.
be like a cruise ship band or something like
Cruise
that.
ship
You
band?
never know.
Yeah.
Or just like get like a kayak, just a couple of amps and a kayak, go out there.
Yo, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about you? You mentioned so boat, Jimmy Fallon. What about you?
I don't know. I think I wanna go on tour for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I don't know, that's kind of vague, but
No, not at all.
it's so funny to think about like I don't know, the little bits we have like in between songs and like funny stuff from our recordings. I was like, oh yeah, like when we go on tour, like we'll make that joke like before. And then I'm thinking, you know, we can all take a shot. But after this one, like, and I think it'll come to fruition a little bit, just like doing different gigs in the city. But I think the more we come into our own, like it'll be really cool to, I don't know, maybe take it on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Have any of you ever been on tour like in the past with other groups or no?
No,
No,
I
not
wish.
Not as
Yeah,
an
no.
artist.
Never, yeah. So let's talk about upcoming shows. So you have an upcoming gig in May, right? Yeah. So tell the audience, like, yeah, when are your next shows? What's coming up?
So right now on the docket we have May 12th at the Bowery Electric, and that's more shows to come.
Yeah.
That's the only one that we have like, officially at this moment. But yeah, stay tuned because we're going to connect with a lot of New York venues and line a bunch up for the spring and summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So May 12th, right?
Mhm.
That's the next show. It's going to be at the Bowery Electric. In terms of new music, you have the new single, Drink to Nine, in the works, coming out soon. Do you have other singles in the works as well? And or an EP or an album? What's planned?
I think the plan is to like once the single's like fully mixed mastered on platforms and everything, to start using that as our tool to start getting more bookings and to start growing our fan base. And then once we've like used that, we've like found out what our sound is from how the finished product sounds, and then to go in and record like a full album. I think after that.
Yeah.
Because we have enough songs for an album or a short album. So
Mhm.
it's definitely in the works in the late year, maybe next year, early next year.
Later.
Yeah. And we're still like coming up with new songs.
Yeah.
So we're still writing and, recording as we speak. So yeah, I guess there's more to come. Yeah.
Yeah. If you had to describe your music with 3 artists, what would it be?
I think one would be Remy Wolf, mostly half because we've covered her twice, and half because it's like a decent blend of indie to rock to go off of.
Personally, with my bass playing style, I draw a lot of inspiration from Kings of Leon. Forgot to mention that before, but
That's cool. Yeah.
I like them a lot. I think they represent our sound.
Nice.
Oh man, I don't know.
What you got for us?
I don't
So
know.
you got Remy Wolf and Kings of Leon so far.
I know,
That's a
I-
cool combo. Anyone, it could be anyone. Yeah.
I feel
I'm
like
trying to put you guys on the spot, you know?
no, I know. Well, I feel like what you were saying earlier, Tony, that we've like melded some styles together.
Mhm.
So like
You all came from different backgrounds. Like each of
Yeah,
us played a different kind of
exactly.
music before.
Mhm.
like see, I want to say Fleetwood Mac sort of, but our our instrumentals like don't totally always sound like Fleetwood Mac. I don't know. Maybe that'll be my answer.
What would you say novelty genre is?
I always say like rock, alt, pop.
Yeah,
That's what I always say.
I don't know. It's never like a clear-cut answer, but I feel like rock and with influences from funk, alternative rock.
Little neo soul and indie.
Yeah, definitely.
Every genre.
Yeah, jazz, bossa nova.
Yeah.
Just
Little
everything
Yep.
Bach.
in the mix.
Yep.
No, I definitely saw some of that, like the funk and the soul
Yeah.
influence, like during the live show. Yeah, I feel like that was like bubbling under there too. Yeah. Any other genre? Like, would you say they are the genre descriptions of the band? So rock, alt,
Yeah.
indie.
I definitely feel like I have a pop influence with like the lyrics I write for sure, but they fit with the rock music. So
Yeah, I
the
can see
rock
that.
instrumental, you know?
Yeah. So moving forward with 2022 and beyond, what does Novelty have in store for the world? What do you want to let the audience know? What's coming up?
We want to
bigger
just
and better things, I think.
Yeah, we just want to play more shows, connect with our fans, just really get our music out there and put on a hell of a performance.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun with it. We just want to show that to the crowd. And yeah, since we've been playing together, I think we have a really good chemistry and just a really strong bond as a band and for creating music. So this is only the beginning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we're enjoying like building our base and getting, you know, all of our social media platforms. We're getting a logo, we're going to get merch, and just like all of the beginning stages are in the works, and it's going to be big, guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be big.
Anyone who's engaged out there, keep an eye out for the Netflix of wedding bands, because we can marry you on the spot and then be your wedding band.
Perfect.
And one of us just needs to bring an iPhone or some camera, and we can be the photographer. So the Netflix of weddings, I'll say.
Yeah, perfect.
That's awesome. Where can we find you on social media? Let us know any and all social media profiles and handles you have.
You can find us on Instagram at NVLT Band NYC. We also have a Facebook page under the same name. You could email us at noveltyband@gmail.com. That's nvltband@gmail.com. TikTok is coming soon. And
What's our PayPal?
Oh, I actually don't know that.
NVLTband at gmail.com is also our PayPal.
Yeah, you could pay us if you wanted to. Get in touch with us
for
that
the,
way.
Tips for the show, support rehearsal.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
NVLT Band on Venmo.
Yeah, great.
Got a Venmo too.
Mhm.
Hey, listen, why not? Different revenue streams. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the TikTok going to possibly be? Do you have a name profile for that?
I think we'll probably stick with the NVLT Band just to keep all our
NVLT.
socials with like a similar handle. And then shows to come, like TikTok show to come.
Oh yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting to see that marketing. What else would you like to share with the audience? Any last thoughts? Anything else you want to let the world know? Anything at all?
I'd like to say that Tinder is your best friend for networking. Forget LinkedIn. Just use Tinder.
Yeah. I don't know. You got anything?
And just novelty being the novelty band, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, thank you, Novelty, for coming on the show. Another episode of Miltrick Media. Be sure to check them out on all social media. NVLTY Band, right? Did I say the ad correctly?
Yep.
They have a new single coming out soon. A new show, May 12th, happening in Manhattan at
Bowery Electric.
Bowery Electric. There we go. Yeah, they have new stuff in the works. Yes. Be sure to check them out on social media. Thank you guys for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's
And
fun.
thank you for tuning into another episode of Miltrick Media. We will see you soon.
Take care.
Yeah.